Are you looking for a new webcam? Maybe one that has pan, tilt, and zoom? Well, Emeet may have you covered with their Emeet Pixy 4K. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Retro Review. I do want to start off by saying that Emeet did send me this item to review. However, still going to give my 100% honest review and reaction to this camera. All right, let's get back to the review. All right, before we actually talk about the webcam itself, let's actually talk about the things that come in the box. You get yourself a nice little pamphlet, very cool. And it has a bunch of information that you may need. The Emeet Pixy product introduction video QR code, the Emeet Pixy FAQ, and the Emeet Studio download, which you'll need to adjust some of the settings in your webcam. Another thing that comes with it is the cord to connect the camera to your computer, a monitor mount, and the camera itself, which is very cool because it does come with a little thread to where if you need to put this on a stand, you can, which is very cool for a PTZ webcam. All right, you've been looking at this webcam through the entire video. I've been using it, but let's get into the studio. All right, we are now in the Emeet Studio, and this is what it looks like when you just plug it in. It was an easy download, easy to open, and this is what it looks like. Now, I will say there is a little bit of noise right here. I look a little bit washed out, but that can be fixed. And that's what I like about these type of cameras is you can go in there and change things to look the way you want it to look. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Effect, which it's already there. And there's a bunch of different settings right here. You can have, it's on the default. There's a bright setting. There is a nostalgic, which if you like that could work. A blues, that's actually not bad. A cold, I don't like that at all. A vivid, that's pretty cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to customize and we're going to change things the way we want it to look. So for me, let's go in here and change this up a little bit. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to turn this automatic EV off. I'm going to set it to -5 and I'm going to crank up the brightness. I'm going to crank it up to probably around 230. We'll go to 234. Just give me a little bit more room. Then we're going to crank up the contrast just a little bit. That's a little too much, so let's crank it back down a little bit. There we go. Now I like how my background is kind of dark. I'm still lit up pretty well, but I'm kind of washed out of color. So what we're going to do is this is your sharpness. I'm going to leave that alone because I think it looks pretty good, pretty sharp as is. Going to take the sharpness and I'm just going to bump it up just a little. Saturation. Just bump it up just a little bit. We'll go to 200 on it, or around 200. We'll go there we go, about 197. Now, I like the way that it brought in a lot of color on my face, brought in some of my lights a little bit, but I am still got like a yellowy tint to it. The tone's fine. I'm going to change my white balance. See, there we go. I'm going to move this down to where it looks somewhat natural to me. And right around there. I think that looks really, really good. I think that has a nice natural look in my background without washing things out totally. I have color and I have a nice natural color on my face, in my opinion. Now, some of the things that I really enjoy about this webcam is not only the customization there, but you can go to assistance and I have it monitoring on my face now For some reason, I had it on center monitoring, central focus on central area. But here I have it monitoring my face. Or you can select where you want it to be. You can take this and move it around. If you want it to just monitor right here, you can. And you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to have it monitor me right there just to see what it does. I've never played with that before. So let's see what that does. We'll keep that right there. Now you can turn on focus and autofocus, and I really do like the autofocus on this. Let me show you real quick. I have a Gatorade bottle right here. So as you can see, but if I bring it here, look at that. Boom. Right in focus, back out, and it's back to me. Gatorade 0. And right back to me. Same thing if I was to put it on the face. You have my face being monitored. Hold up Gatorade bottle, put the Gatorade bottle in front of my face, and it gives it a nice bokeh effect in the background, blurs out everything in the background, move it away, and it's right back to me. Very cool. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep it on that central right here. Just put it on my face. And then you do have, let's see, you can turn off the autofocus, and you can just keep it that way and focus it yourself if you'd like. And enter privacy mode. You can tell it how long you want it to be private when there's nothing recorded, which will take the cameras and flip it down, which is a very cool. Gesture controls, we'll get into that here in a minute. You know what? Let's get into that now. Gesture controls. Let's get off the... Oh, you know what? I don't like that little bar on there. So I'm going to take that bar off. I'm going to go back to the assistant, and we're going to face metering. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Let's see. Autofocus lock. And put it on my face. All right, there we have it. We are recording in 1080p at 30 frames per second, but if I wanted to, I could bump it up to 4K. And this is what it looks like in 4K. I like that. Very cool. I'm going to keep it on 4K. That's what we're recording in right now, 4K. Then we have the control. Before we get into what the controls can do, I want to show you the mic on this camera. All right, we're now using the microphone on this camera. This is in live mode right here. This is live mode. It also has noise canceling to where we can go in here and noise cancel. This is noise canceling. Right now you're listening to noise canceling. And we have the original sound mode. This is what the original sound mode sounds like. I'm going to go back to live mode because I think I like that the best. This is live mode. I think it picks up my voice a little bit better in this one. Now, you can see up here standard mode, and you have this, which this moves the camera. You can move it this way and it'll move that way. You can take this centerpiece and just whoa. You can have it go back to your initial, or you can set up different positions you need this camera to go to if you want it to go to a different position or something like that. Or if you want to get up and walk around the room, let me show you on assistance where the gesture control was. It is on, so if I was to do this, the green light on the camera will blink blue, and now I can get up and walk around the room. If I wanted to show you, say, the stuff on my wall over here, I can show you. If I want to get up and move my chair, come over here on this side. As you can see, it picks up pretty well. It's able to follow me pretty well. It's not really struggling very much, especially if you're moving at a normal pace. You can walk around and it's going to capture you very nicely. This is a very cool PTZ camera. Say if you're needing to get up and show things on behind you, or say you're teaching something, or say you just want to get up and move around while you're kind of filming. So this is a really cool device to have. That is the PTZ part of the camera, the pan, tilt, zoom. It's able to track you with this AI tracking, which is very, very cool. I enjoy that very much. Another thing that I really enjoy is it does have Autoscript Generator, where you can come over here and select that. Quickly select live recording. Let's see, universal. Please help me generate a vlog recording of my day. Long visit to the park today. And start composing. And you can put in any prompt here. And it will auto-generate you a script if you're looking for something like that. And it's generating, script generation in progress, as you can see. Come on, it'll get there. And then look at that. There's a bunch of different things that you can choose from. You have a wide shot capturing the entire entrance. Boom. I mean, this is a very, very, very cool thing. It tells you a full way to do things. So that's a very cool feature in of itself. And lastly, of course, you can take this and it can flip yourself to shoot long form content if you would like. You can rotate it again and flip it back, or put it back. You can flip all the way around. I'm going to flip it back this way. There we go. And let's see, if I wanted to flip it, mirror it, you could. Let's just keep it normal. All that flipping kind of messed with me a little bit. All right, so there you have it. That is your studio. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back, watch everything again, and come back with my final thoughts. And now for my final thoughts. Let's start with the negatives. The studio itself, while there's a ton of features, a lot you can do in that studio, it is super bright white. There needs to be a dark mode set up in that studio to when you're adjusting things, customizing your settings. When you close the studio, it's going to be different than the way you customized it because of that super bright light that's coming on your face. Hey, but other than that, when it's autofocus is on, there will be a slight pulse every now and again. It's not aggressive, but it's there, which is something to be mindful of. Still not going to sway me away from this webcam. I do have autofocus off right now, so I'm not getting that pulse. So the things I do like about this webcam, I love the dual camera on it for the facial recognition and the quick autofocus. The autofocus is amazing on it when it's on, to where you can put it up there and it'll recognize it right away. I did enjoy that. Now you can find this camera right now on Amazon for about $159. I will leave a link in the comments and in the description down below. All right, I do believe that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek, and remember, if I don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.